We want to get standard form of an ellipse, which is x minus h parenthesis squared over the horizontal distance a squared plus y minus k parenthesis squared over the vertical distance b squared equals 1. We're going to have to complete the square to get this, so let's isolate the x terms first. 9x squared minus 18x in parentheses. Then add to that in parentheses the y terms, 4y squared plus 16y equals the other side, 11. Now if there was anything that had on the left side that had no x or y, we would have moved it over to the right. Now we're going to factor out the coefficient in front of x squared only, not the least common factor. We're just the coefficient of x squared. That leaves x squared minus 2x. Because if you distribute multiplication by 9, you'll get exactly what we had above it, 9x squared minus 18x. Pull out the 4 here, the coefficient of y squared. It leaves y squared plus 4y equals the other side. Okay, now we're ready to add half the coefficient of the x term in the bracket and square it. So plus bracket 1/2 times the coefficient of the x term, which is negative 2, bracket squared, close parenthesis, plus 4 times y squared plus 4y plus bracket, half the coefficient of the y term, which is 4 squared, equals, we're going to have to add the same thing on the other side. First we have the 11 that's already there. Then we're going to add, now you're not just going to add half of negative 2 squared because there was a factor of 9 in the front. And you have to do the same thing, have a 9 in the front. It's bracket 1/2 times negative 2 squared, and then also, it's not 1/2 4 squared, there's a 4 way out in the front of the parentheses, so it's 4 times bracket 1/2 times 4 bracket squared. Now we're going to simplify inside the brackets only. So we get 9 times x squared minus 2x plus half of negative 2 is negative 1, bracket squared parenthesis, plus 4 parenthesis, y squared plus 4y plus half of 4 is 2, bracket squared parenthesis, equals 11. Let's simplify this. 1/2 of negative 2 is negative 1. You square it, you get 1 times 9 is 9. Plus 4 times half of 4 is 2. You square that, you get 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, now we're ready to factor the stuff in the parentheses. 9 parenthesis x plus whatever's in the bracket, including the sign, with the square on the outside. So it's x plus a negative 1, x minus 1, squared, plus bring down the 4, factor this as y, plus whatever's in the bracket, including the sign, plus 2 parentheses squared. We're using the formula to factor these. Equals 11 plus 9 is 20 plus 16 is 36. Now finally, we have to look back at this standard equation of the ellipse. We need to get a 1 on the right side, so we're going to divide everything, all the terms, by 36. Times x minus 1 squared plus 4 times y plus 2 squared. Oh, that's over 36. Everything divided by 36. That's to get 1 on the right side. Now it so happens that 36 is the product, the result of 9 times 4. So we can cancel and we'll get x minus 1 squared over 4 plus, here we cancel, we got 1 plus 2 squared over 9 equals 1. Now I'm going to put a cloud around this because now we have the standard form of the ellipse and we can compare the two of them and see that this tells us the horizontal distance A is equal to 2 because 2 squared is the 4 under the x term. The vertical distance B is equal to 3 because 3 squared is the 9 under the y term. And the center, HK, is the number being subtracted from x is the h. It's positive 1 being subtracted from x. The number being subtracted from y is k. That's a negative 2 being subtracted. Y minus a negative 2 is y plus 2. Now we're going to do the sketch. Here's our y-axis. Up here's our x-axis. And let's see, let's make how many marks? Let's go out 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go 5. And then let's go the other direction, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 5. Let's go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's not perfect, but that'll do. Okay, so our center is located at 1 on the x-axis down to negative 2 on the y. That's our center. Let's make a dotted axis right through it so it's easy to move things around here. Okay. All right, now from that center we're going to go A units left and right. So 2 units left and right. 2 units to the right takes us here. 2 units to the left takes us here. Now, this would be the same distance on each side if I had drawn the scale better. Then we're going to go b equals 3 units up, 1, 2, 3, and 3 units down, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to form our ellipse. So it's our elongated circular type shape. And the interesting thing is the elongation is in the direction of the vertical axis. That means that this point up here is our vertex, and this point down here is our vertex. It also means that the foci live right inside of the ellipse on the same axis as the vertices. They live just a little bit below the top V and a little bit above the lower V. Okay, so let's find out the distance. I'm not sure exactly where they're going to be, so I'm going to estimate, I don't know. I'm going to estimate that the focus lives maybe here. That's capital F. And then somewhere down here. Okay, now I'm going to find exactly what that ordered pair is by inscribing this right triangle that has the distance C here on the side. Now let's take that right triangle and bring it out here where we can see a nice view of it. This is the C distance from the center up to the focus. And across the bottom, that's the horizontal distance A. That leaves the B value on the side. Now we know A is equal to 2. We know B is equal to 3. We do not know what C is equal to. So now we're going to use Pythagorean Theorem. It says the hypotenuse equals the square root of leg squared plus leg squared. So that says that B equals the square root of A squared plus C squared. Remember, hypotenuse is opposite the right triangle, the right angle. That's why it's B. Okay, so plugging in the values we have for A and B, that says that 3 equals the square root of 2 squared plus C squared. So that's 3 equals the square root of 4 plus C squared. Now we're trying to solve for C, so let's square both sides. You square both sides, you get 9 equals 4 plus C squared. That's the result of square both sides. And then you solve for C. First solve for C squared. C squared equals 9 minus 4, which is 5. So C equals the positive square root of 5. We're just keeping the positive one because it's a distance. Okay, so that means that our foci, which you see them on the graph, they have the ordered pair F equals, okay, the x-coordinate is the same x-coordinate as the center HK, which was 1, negative 2. So they both have a 1 for the x-coordinate. For the y-coordinate, you take look at the center here. That's located at y equals negative 2. And we're going to move up and down C units from that location. So it's going to be negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 5, the C value. So there are 2 points, one with the plus sign and one with the minus sign. The one with the plus sign is the one on top. The one with the minus sign is the one on the bottom.